we continue our interpretation of Jeffrey Pfeffer's 7 Rules of Power. This part is about becoming famous. Everyone wants to be famous. Especially in the internet age, it seems like everyone has a chance to gain fame through various channels. Since you're out here vying for power, you certainly don't want to be anonymous, right? Being famous can help you gain power. With so many people in the organization, how can you make sure the leaders remember you, the masses know you, and you stand out? But before we talk about how to become famous, let's first figure out what kind of fame you want. From my perspective, fame can be divided into 4 levels. The first level is recognition. Jack is outgoing and sociable, known to everyone in the company. Some people think this is being famous, saying things like, I have a wide network, attending all events, giving gifts at weddings, just to be recognized. But if people only know you, it doesn't have much impact. The second level is reputation. Reputation is different from recognition, because people not only know you, but also know that you excel in a certain area. This is a positive kind of fame. Who's the big boss of this company? Who's the best programmer in your team? Who's the top student in the next class? Space is limited, and if you secure a position, that's your reputation. Reputation has a certain impact on personal development, but it's still not enough, because it lacks the leverage for collaboration. If people just hear that you're good but treat you like the math genius at Peking University, keeping their distance, not coming to you when needed, you don't have power. The third level is esteem. Esteem means that people not only know you're good, but also what you excel in, and actively seek your collaboration. For example, a programmer recognized as the best in unsupervised learning algorithms in AI, known as a guru. Anyone with problems in this area wants to consult him, and those with needs will ask for his help. In the face of such unique industry esteem, things like degrees and titles become insignificant. However, esteem isn't the highest level of fame. The highest level is brand. Brand means people not only know what you excel in, what you're doing, but also know your story, have a good expectation of your character. Brand comes with its own broadcasting properties. If you don't know who Musk is, that's not Musk's problem, it's yours. A brand carries influence, so people with a brand can create opportunities proactively. What Musk cares about, people care about. If he suddenly invests in an area, others will follow. Brand is a form of leadership. So, to vie for power, it's best to establish a personal brand. Pfeffer says, a personal brand has 3 elements. Your expertise, the achievements you've made, and your personal story. You'd better be able to explain these 3 elements in a nutshell so people immediately know who you are. So, a brand isn't a resume or a Wikipedia page. It's something with communicative power, something that makes people see you as a flesh and blood person. We need to become famous in this way. So how do you establish a personal brand? Pfeffer talked about 3 methods. The first method is to tell stories actively. Silicon Valley has a somewhat legendary Chinese-American female executive named Deborah Liu. She's an engineer and also good at management, with extensive experience, currently the CEO of Ancestry.com. Liu previously worked at Facebook for 11 years, rising to vice president of marketing. Her experiences there are quite interesting. Early on, Liu was responsible for Facebook's gaming and credits businesses. These 2 areas accounted for 15% of the company's total revenue, making them critical. Liu and her team worked hard, but after the projects were completed, things faded away. Nobody in the company talked about her contributions, the team disbanded, members moved to other teams, or just left the company altogether. Liu was frustrated. I achieved such significant results, why isn't anyone recognizing my efforts? Some might think there was discrimination against a Chinese-American woman, but Liu didn't think that way. Liu's approach was to hire an executive coach to analyze what went wrong. Coach said, just doing the work isn't enough. You have to tell your story. What are you and your team doing? You need to talk about it everywhere. We often think that, if we work well, our bosses and colleagues will notice and praise us, but it's not like that. Everyone has their own affairs. They might cooperate with you occasionally, but who's going to keep an eye on you all the time? However, it's annoying if you keep boasting about your past achievements. Who cares about what you did years ago? Stories shouldn't be told that way. The right way is to highlight your stories during the process. Lou started a new project at the company, advertising Facebook's mobile for other apps. The core team had only 5 members. Lou in charge, 3 engineers, plus a temporary data scientist. This time, Lou was smart and made her presence felt in the company. From the formation of the team, she took every opportunity to tell everyone in the company what her team was doing and why it was important. This is the first time Facebook is directly making revenue from mobile. But we only have 5 people, and we're dealing with these challenges. We need help from your departments. Lou even scheduled meetings with Mark Zuckerberg to explain the project. People responded positively, offering assistance. Some departments offered to help with marketing, others arranged client meetings or tested ad effectiveness. Everyone in the company who knew Lou knew about her project, and people began to talk about it. During a conference call with shareholders, senior management specifically mentioned this project. Everyone linked this project with the company's current critical issues. If your story is good, people will want to be part of it. Actually, this ad project didn't have the impact of the previous gaming and credits projects, but the political capital Lou gained far exceeded before. This case teaches us 2 things. First, you need to actively tell others what your team is doing, and tell it frequently and repeatedly. Second, you need to tell the story as if it's a hero's journey. We encountered difficulties, overcame them, and gained growth. Share your journey in an inspiring way. The second method to build a personal brand is content output. Many people nowadays have personal media, like writing public accounts, blogs, making short videos, hosting podcasts, or writing books. Most do it out of interest. Some do it for income. But for someone aspiring for power, content output plays a crucial role in building your personal brand. Laura Chow is a Vietnamese American, a young woman. Her main job is stock fund trading, but she's known for a sideline. She started a podcast. Laura's podcast invites seasoned professionals in securities trading or founders of listed companies for interviews, with a focus on female guests, each session lasting an hour. Successful individuals are often willing to talk about why they are successful. I subscribe to some podcasts, and almost all are interview-based. Laura's influence grew, leading her to assemble a research support team, write blogs, and start a program reviewing the most important venture capital deals of the week. We don't know if Laura has made any exceptional trades, but she has stood out in the trading industry. When people discuss investment opportunities, they think of her. She's gained credibility, and with it, power. And if you're already in a high position, a great way to consolidate and expand power is by writing a book. Jack Welch, former CEO of General Electric, was an idol of the previous generation. Why was he so legendary? General Electric had many people, and many made outstanding contributions, so why was Welch the only one remembered? Because Welch wrote an autobiography that resonated with readers. And that autobiography wasn't even written by Welch himself. A biographer was hired to write it. If telling stories takes too long, and content output is too challenging, there's a quick way to build a brand, and that's leveraging. If you're affiliated with a famous institution, you can use that institution as leverage to promote your personal brand. There's a guy named Sadiq Gilani, a young executive at Lufthansa, German Airlines. I don't know how Gilani got that position. He doesn't even speak German, and Pfeffer didn't mention any outstanding contributions he made to Lufthansa. But Gilani made full use of Lufthansa as leverage. Shortly after joining Lufthansa, a consulting firm's head told Gilani, "Lufthansa is a great platform. You can use it to increase your exposure." Gilani did just that. You surely know about the Davos Forum, where world leaders and business elites gather each year under the guise of a meeting. Davos holds a Global Young Leaders Conference every year. Gilani had Lufthansa's CEO write him a letter of recommendation to join that meeting. At Davos, he was part of a group of 20 people, from around the world, claiming to study the global future of travel. In reality, they discussed mostly empty topics. But Gilani became someone who had attended the Davos Forum. Then, Gilani leveraged his Davos and Lufthansa credentials to connect with Stanford University. He organized a 2-week course at the MBA program, inviting people he met in Davos to lecture at Stanford. Everyone likes lecturing at Stanford. Business school students love seeing big names in class, a win-win. Next, leveraging Stanford, Davos, and Lufthansa, Gilani secured an opportunity to give a TED Talk. Step by step, Gilani was named to lists like Germany's 40 Under 40 Executives, Financial Times Top 100 Executives, and 100 Minority Business Leaders. Any of these titles could intimidate many people. These titles were Gilani's expertise, achievements, and stories. And all this was because he held a position at Lufthansa. If you disdain Gilani's path to success, my advice is, then don't let the world be dominated by such people. Why shouldn't it be you? I support you. Whether you like it or not, this is a fast track to power. As always, power is a morally neutral tool. If you can't shake off your inhibitions, Deborah Liu has a mantra: don't imagine all this shameless self-promotion is just for you. You're fighting for resources and honor for your team. You're helping your boss make better decisions. That's the content of this section. Next, we'll discuss develop social relationships.
If you feel there is value in this, please like, subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments section. Let's grow together and read more good books.